key to our success is the staff. It's the lived example every single day that teaches their commitment to this vision of wholeness and fullness of life, and every child really reaching their full potential is real. They do not give up on students. They are constantly looking for a better way.
There were several times where I felt like I just want to give up and I'm just tired of this. And the teachers are by your side and they're just saying, I know you're better than this. I know you can do this. There's hope. It's not only you. Other people believe in you and believe in what you can do.
We're going to be something someday. We're going to be great someday. And then he gets kicked out, can't even eat. How do you think he feels? What's he thinking?
I've worked with a lot of visitors who come to Community of Peace Academy, and they sometimes tell me that it's just such a magical place. It's not magic. It's very deliberate, very intentional work on the part of an entire community of people believing in the mission and vision of the school.
That passion that you see trickle down is actually inspiring as a staff member. To know that your staff members and your leadership is really into it and really passionate about student development as a whole, it just kind of draws you in, and that's what's drawn me into the school.
I think it's really the empowerment that you feel at this school to pursue that vision and have it be supported by administration, supported by other staff members, expected by students, that that's how they'll be treated.
You have to remember when you're making charts, there's a whole bunch of different ones, but they all have a different purpose.
We really do walk the walk. We feel we are role models for our students. You'll see the same things that we're asking our students to do in terms of being peace builders and having a moral and ethical compass. We do the same in our interactions with our colleagues.
Since I've been working here for the last 9 years, I've never had a negative, relationship with anyone. It's always been positive. And when there are issues, we do what we teach our kids, which is conflict resolution, and we talk about things and then we resolve them. But I always feel like I can talk to anyone at this school and that things can be resolved peacefully.
We respect our students and we respect our parents. They bring rich knowledge and rich background, and they have many resources, many skills and talents. But we also need to make sure that the larger society is going to see that.
I'm here for you guys, and that's working with you guys. So I think it's important for us to all think about that. As staff members, we try to start out with relationship building opportunities, like through ethics class when they do the peace circle. Whatever the discussion is, they come in and they have the opportunity to discuss it.
Expectations were clear about the academics, but there was another angle to it that was just especially appealing to us. It had more to do with being good citizens rather than just being good students. It was a process of modeling the kind of behavior that was expected of the kids, and they delivered on it. And the nice benefit about that was that in the process they also are receiving a very good education.
I wonder why they chose these plants to be up here.
Because the temperature is colder up here, so maybe it's better so they can survive.
Oh, that's a good hypothesis.
This isn't a public school where you have to work your way to be somebody. Even if you're nobody, you're still somebody to everybody. And that's something that's unavoidable here, and that is what's going to contribute to your success, not only for yourself, but you're working together in an environment where you want to achieve this success, not just for yourself, but for everybody else. You become a part of something more.
I think that relationships and teaching just honestly go hand in hand. And so we give a great deal of time to building relationships. When all of the children in the building are treating each other with unconditional positive regard, it gives them voice. It really does. It gives them self-confidence and a feeling that they can succeed. They begin to believe more profoundly in their own potential and their own ability to succeed because of that principle of unconditional positive regard for all.
They know that when they walk into that room that they're unconditionally accepted, by every individual, both teacher and peer alike. And coming into an environment where you know that is pretty enlightening, and it makes it much easier to focus on the tasks at hand.
We visit each student's home each year. We get to know them. We chat a little bit about things. We talk about the parents' goals, their hopes and dreams for their child for the year, what things may have been challenging for their student in the past, and what things they'd like to see them improve upon for the year. Provide conferences so that you can be updated on the progress of your children.
It is very important that we have someone who can speak the Hmong language, because a lot of parents, they are new immigrant to this country, they are new refugee here, that English is their second language.
Oh, so some grandmas have lots of purses.
As the Latino homeschool liaison, it's great to be able to work so closely with families.
Hola, le llama Teresa de Community of Peace Academy.
There have been times where parents, ask me questions about immigration or welfare or homeless shelters because they don't know where else to turn, and they know that the school is there to help.
Be safe, ask questions if you need help, and I should hear some talking, but it shouldn't be very loud. It should be quiet enough that you can hear me if I say, everybody stop.
The way that we use discipline at our school is really to not to punish or to shame or humiliate students when they've made a wrong choice, but to really help them move forward and think about, okay, I did something wrong, I broke a rule, how am I going to fix it?
Because for every behavior we choose, we know there's going to be consequences. We know there's going to be consequences, whether they're going to be good or bad. They're either going to be rewards or it's going to be more of a punishment. So the goal is to choose behaviors that will lead to rewarding consequences as opposed to consequences that cause punishment.
And that's part of the Peace Builders Pledge that we say every day at our school.
I am a peace builder. I pledge to notice and speak up about hurts I have caused, to right wrongs, and to help others.
Even if you don't like somebody in this school, you're going to work with them and you're going to find qualities that are going to make you change the way you see people. You learn to accept yourself and others.
Creating a safe place to teach a child and educating a child, mind, body, and soul, that pretty much made sense to me, because all together make a whole person. You cannot have an unhealthy child. You cannot have a spiritually empty child and then teaching math will not be worth anything.
As a parent, I feel it's very important that my kids feel safe when they go to school. And they definitely feel that when they come here. They love learning when they come here because they know that their teachers care about them and that their teachers are there for them every day.
You can come into the school and you know you're a part of a family. You know the teachers are concerned with not only your academics but your social life and things that are going on the outside. Make you know that they care about you.
And that's on hold for you then.
Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
In many educational systems and environments, you see a lot of students that are dropping out or skipping school. And these students are making the choice every day to come. It's more of a family that they're developing.
I would recommend Community of Peace to any parent. The kids are learning, they're learning their basics, but it goes beyond that. It goes into the will of the child and learning peace. And for them to learn peace every day changes their worldview in the way that they treat people, in the way that they see themselves.
When we talk about the education of the whole person, we tend to always think of very challenging and rich and engaging academic environment. But then in addition to that, we want them to be exposed to the arts, and we want them to have physical education experiences. Those are important parts of education for wholeness of life.
We take time to do retreats. Those are times where we write down goals, and those are times that you really get a chance to sit back and reflect on, why am I here? Am I doing a good job, and what can I do differently?
We also do service learning projects at every grade level.
When they go out into Habitat for Humanity, or when they go to Chicago, and when they do Vision Quest, they look at the world beyond CPA, they look at the world beyond themselves, how they can be of service to others, how they can have an impact on their immediate community and on the greater community.
So I met my best friend when we went to Vision Quest. We stayed up most of the night just talking about our family and how we connected. The name, just Vision Quest, you know, our vision to see what we were and to find ourselves.
Those little things add up, and then you come back to the classroom. The classroom is not the same classroom anymore. You have bonded.
As a parent, I was really impressed with Community of Peace Academy and how they use mentoring. Older students come in and help younger students at every level.
One of the particular resources that we've been blessed to have is the high school academy choir, allowing them to express themselves in a way that is fulfilling and does provide wholeness and balance for them.
As we left, I remember talking to a few people who came with me during the site visit, members of the staff and directors of the foundation, and we all remarked that there's something unique going on here. This was the real deal. This was something that was actually happening.
We are truly committed to the academic success of every single child.
What does it sound like?
It's critically important that we give every single child the basic skills that they need. Reading, writing, math, science, these things are going to be critically important to them.
Many of our kids, they're the first generation of students to go on to college. At our graduation ceremony, one of the students who spoke stopped and he thanked his grandfather for bringing their family to America from Laos and enrolling him at Community of Peace Academy.
I really do have to give a lot of credit to coming here to CPA just because I was able to understand myself better and some of the qualities that I had, and that included communicating. I went into banking, very personal with customers, and being able to find these attributes in myself pushed me to understand that.
I want them to be a global thinker. I want them to be able to think beyond their situation, beyond their immediate environment.
Wildfires burned more than 100,000 acres this month and forced thousands of people in California to evacuate their homes.
And then, of course, the basic study skills. Self-advocacy, I think, is important to teach them how to advocate for themselves, especially as they go off to college and into the professional world.
Community of Peace Academy really helped me out academically, just because here the teachers would always tell you to always do your best. They would give us, tips on how to do our homeworks or how to study, and you take those tips and you take it into college, and it really helps a lot.
I've noticed with students, with challenging students that I've had in my class, when their needs are met, when their social, emotional needs are met, they're able to make better decisions, which lead to them being more engaged in that learning process every day.
We really try to expose them through college fair, through college visits, through Admission Possible, to academic options after high school, and really reaching that full potential, not just by getting a high school degree, but by what they can do after high school.
There's kind of this hypothesis that as socioeconomic status declines or as poverty increases, achievement decreases. And we are out to disprove that. That's not the case. Our kids can learn. We are able to teach them, and we've figured out the formula here.
If there's one thing that I am really impressed with is it is being done, and it is being done with average kids. These are not the ones who are off on that far end of the bell-shaped curve, who are exceptionally gifted children. They are doing it with an ordinary population, and the fact is they're doing it well. Could it be replicated? Absolutely.
That's why I want to send my daughter here. Not only are you going to get a good education, but you're going to get values with with that good education and go out and use them for something good.
Not only are we educating young people to take various jobs and positions in society and to be economically successful, but these young people are good people. They're ethically and morally grounded people. And no matter what they do, that is going to be a huge asset to their community. Because those qualities are rare, much, much, much too rare these days, and they are desperately needed.